All right, ready to dive in. Today we're heading south of the border, Baja California Sur. We're talking real estate, specifically what you need to know if you're thinking of buying in 2024.
And why you should be thinking of buying. There are some really good advantages right now.
Yeah, I'm excited to dig into all that. So to get us started, we've got a whole stack of resources. We've got articles from the Gringo Gazette, for one.
Oh, and market reports. We've got those too. From both Coldwell Banker Rivera's.
And Rondeval Real Estate.
Even some lifestyle stuff like rankings of the best cities from all trails.
We are not messing around. This is serious Baja business. Okay, so one of the things I'm really curious about, how has the market shifted since those peak years of 2021, 2022? Was it a bubble? Is it going to crash? And what about all this new construction I keep hearing about? Good for buyers, bad for buyers.
Lots of good questions.
Oh, and one more thing I want to throw out there. The Gringo Gazette article, 2024, Baja's Real Estate Gold Rush, mentioned that U.S. elections can actually impact the Baja market.
Interesting.
Definitely. I'm super curious to hear your take on that. But first, let's set the stage, big picture. What's the overall vibe of the Baja market right now in 2024?
Well, that Gringo Gazette article you mentioned, the Gold Rush one, it actually sums it up pretty well. The market is still strong, really strong.
But
it's not the total frenzy it was back in 21 and 22. Back then, it was like the Wild West of real estate, bidding wars, crazy prices, properties selling sight unseen.
yeah, that sounds a little intense.
It was. But things have cooled down a bit now. Sellers have to work a little harder to attract offers, which, honestly, might be good news for buyers.
Okay, I see what you mean. More breathing room, less pressure to jump into something without really thinking it through. But then there's this whole thing about the new construction boom.
Right. That's where things get really interesting. It's a bit of a double-edged sword.
How so?
Well, on the one hand, it means there are fewer move-in ready properties available right now. So if you want to move in tomorrow, your options might be a little limited.
That makes sense. But there's an upside, right?
Oh, definitely. This surge in new construction is basically a giant vote of confidence in Baja's future. Developers wouldn't be breaking ground if they didn't see long-term demand.
So for someone who's in it for the long haul.
Could be a golden opportunity. Snag a brand new, custom-designed property.
Short-term patience, long-term potential. Okay, I'm starting to see the appeal. And is the Coldwell Banker Rivera's report saying the same thing?
Pretty much, yeah. They recorded a big spike in land sales earlier this year, especially in areas that are ripe for development.
So that's where those new builds are going to pop up.
Oh.
All right, I am getting really intrigued by all this. And speaking of locations, I think it's time to break down Baja region by region. I know the Gringo Gazette called the Cabo Corridor the crown jewel. They said there was the highest sales volume there and almost a perfect list-to-sale ratio.
99% to be exact.
Wow, that's impressive.
It really is. It shows huge confidence in the market. Properties are selling fast, and sellers are getting pretty much their full asking price.
Yeah, but I have a feeling that confidence comes with a hefty price tag.
You're not wrong. The average sales price in the corridor is nearly $600,000.
Oof. Yeah, that's definitely luxury territory.
Definitely. Think high-end resorts, those stunning ocean views you always see in pictures, championship golf courses. It's all about that premium experience.
So maybe not the best place to start for someone with, a more modest budget.
Right. If you're not quite in the private jet category, Cabo San Lucas might be a better fit. The Coldwell Banker report showed a good balance of active listings, pending sales, and closed deals. And the average sale price is a bit more approachable. Around $430,000.
Okay, that's a little easier to swallow.
Yeah.
And Cabo San Lucas still has that, vibrant energy and those postcard-worthy beaches, right?
Absolutely. You've got everything from beachfront condos to those charming casitas tucked away in the hills. It's a good option for a lot of different buyers, whether you're thinking vacation home, retirement spot, or even a rental investment.
So we've got luxury in the corridor, more variety in Cabo San Lucas. What about San Jose del Cabo? How does that fit into the picture?
San Jose del Cabo is kind of its own thing. The average sales price there is even higher than the corridor, over $935,000. So definitely a premium market, attracting a very specific buyer.
Wow, okay. So what's the big draw there?
One thing that really stands out is how fast things are moving. Properties in San Jose del Cabo are selling much quicker than in other areas.
Intense demand.
Exactly. Buyers are willing to act fast to secure their little slice of paradise. You snooze, you lose.
That's good to know. I'm realizing that each of these areas has a very distinct personality, and they're all pretty close together, too.
You're right, it's amazing. That's one of the best things about Baja, really. You've got so much diversity packed into a relatively small area.
Okay, well, I'm ready to keep exploring. What's next on our Baja Real Estate tour?
Well, next up we have the East Cape. Now, if you're someone who's looking for a hidden gem with potential, the East Cape is it. The Gringo Gazette describes it as an emerging market, and the numbers seem to agree.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Tell me more about this East Cape. What's catching your eye?
For one thing, the list-to-sale ratio is almost perfect, even higher than the Cabo corridor, which means sellers are usually getting their asking price. But here's the thing, properties are taking longer to sell.
Oh, so it's not like that super fast-paced San Jose del Cabo market.
Right. Sometimes it can take a whole year to sell a property.
Huh. So what does that mean for a buyer?
It means opportunity. The East Cape is a bit more, off the beaten path.
Hmm.
And that attracts a certain kind of buyer, someone who's looking for tranquility, beautiful nature, a slower pace of life. And because it's still sort of up and coming, you might be able to get in on the ground floor, potentially see a bigger return as the area gets more and more popular.
It's like the Baja of 20 years ago before everyone found out about it.
Exactly. And then there's La Paz. Now, if affordability is a top priority for you, La Paz is where you need to be looking.
Okay, tell me more.
The Coldwell Banker Report showed an average sales price under $360,000, significantly lower than the other areas we talked about.
Wow. That is a game changer for a lot of people. But does that mean you're sacrificing on quality or location?
Not at all. La Paz is a hidden gem. It's got stunning natural beauty, a rich history, and such a vibrant culture. And it has that authentic Mexican charm that so many people are looking for.
And remember, it's also one of the top-rated cities on all trails. So all those amazing hikes are right there.
It really is the best of both worlds, affordability and all those amazing outdoor activities.
This is fantastic. I can see why people are choosing Baja right now. It's not just about the real estate. It's a total lifestyle change.
You got it. Investing in Baja is like investing in a whole different way of life. A slower pace, a connection to nature, a sense of community, a chance to escape all the stress of daily life.
So let's say I'm ready to jump in. What's the next step? How do I actually start navigating this market and find the right property for me?
Well, first things first, you need to find a real estate agent who really knows what they're doing. Someone who gets all the little details of the Mexican market and can help you through the whole process.
Makes sense. I've heard about this company, Rio Real Estate. They seem to be pretty big in Baja.
They are. They're well established, have a wide reach, and they've been ahead of the curve when it comes to using technology. They use virtual tours and online platforms to connect with buyers all over the world.
That's pretty smart, especially for people who can't just, jet down to Baja every other week. But with so many real estate agencies out there, how do you choose? Who do you trust?
That's a great question. I think it comes down to experience, expertise, and a genuine commitment to helping people find the right property for what they need.
Okay, so where can we find an agency that checks all those boxes?
There's one that comes to mind, Rio Real Estate.
Rio Real Estate. I don't think I've heard of them.
They might not be the biggest name in Baja, but they're making a name for themselves, especially in a charming town called Mulegé.
Mulegé? Isn't that on the East Cape? The area you said has all that potential.
Yep. And Rio Real Estate knows that region like the back of their hand. They're experts in helping buyers navigate all the complexities of buying property in Mexico, especially that Fideicomiso process.
What's the Fideicomiso again? I'm still learning all the legal stuff.
Basically, it's a bank trust that lets foreigners legally own property in certain parts of Mexico, including the Baja coast. It's not that complicated, but it's good to have an expert on your side.
And that's where Rio Real Estate comes in.
Exactly. They've helped so many buyers from the U.S. and Canada navigate the Fideicomiso successfully. Plus, they have a really wide variety of properties in Mulegé, from beachfront homes to more affordable things like land for sale. They can help you find that perfect match for your budget and your vision of Baja living.
This is making me want to move to Mulegé. It sounds amazing, and with Rio Real Estate helping out, I'd feel good about the legal side of things. But let's talk about the big picture for a sec. What about the MLS? How does that work in Baja?
Ah, yes, the MLS BCS, the multiple listing service of Baja California, essential for any serious buyer. It's like a big database of properties for sale that all the licensed real estate agents can access. Working with an MLS BCS agent means you have access to all the best listings and you're working with someone who knows the latest market trends.
So finding an agent who's part of the MLS BCS should be a top priority.
Absolutely. It shows they're credible and professional. Plus, the MLS BCS has consistently listed and sold the most properties in Baja. They have the best technology and a huge network of agents.
Wow, that's impressive. So to recap, we've got the amazing lifestyle of Baja, a diverse market with something for everyone, and the importance of finding experienced pros like those at Rio Real Estate and those who are part of the MLS PCS.
Exactly. We've covered a lot. But I think the big takeaway is this Baja is a unique and exciting market with so much potential. And now is a great time to explore it.
I agree completely.
Mm.
So for our listeners who are thinking about taking the plunge, what's the most important thing to keep in mind?
Don't rush. Take your time. Do your research. Find the right people to work with. And most importantly, visualize what kind of life you want in Baja. This isn't just a real estate deal. It's a chance to embrace a whole new way of life.
That is such a good point. I think that's a perfect note to end on. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the Baja real estate market.
My pleasure.
We'll be back soon with another fascinating topic. Until then, keep exploring and keep streaming.
Wow. I don't know about you, but I am ready to pack my bags and head south after all that.
Me too. But before you book that flight, let's just do a quick recap of the key takeaways. For anyone out there seriously thinking about, Baja real estate in 2024.
Yeah, good idea. It's easy to get caught up in all the excitement, but it's smart to have a clear game plan. Definitely. First things first, remember that while the market's cooled down from those peak years, it's still competitive. You're not going to see those crazy fire sale deals you might have seen back in 21.
Right. It's more of a balanced market now, which honestly is probably a good thing for buyers.
Yeah.
If you're willing to do your research and be strategic about it.
Absolutely. And speaking of research, due diligence is so important. This isn't, your typical real estate transaction. You're dealing with a different legal system and everything. So working with experts who really understand all the ins and outs of Mexican real estate law is non-negotiable.
Yeah. A reputable real estate agent, we were talking about the folks at Rio Real Estate, and a good lawyer specializing in Mexican real estate.
Yeah.
Those are your best friends in this market.
Couldn't agree more. Now, remember that new construction boom we talked about?
Yeah.
That's, great news for the long-term growth of Baja. But it also means you might have to, be a little patient.
Yeah.
Especially if you're looking for a place that's totally turnkey, move-in ready.
So if you're dreaming of moving down there tomorrow, you might need to adjust your expectations a little bit.
Yeah.
Or just be prepared to wait for that perfect place.
Right. And while you're waiting, it's the perfect time to really think about which region of Baja, really speaks to you.
Right.
We covered a lot, right? The luxury of the Cabo corridor, the vibrant energy of Cabo San Lucas, that premium market in San Jose del Cabo.
And don't forget the emerging potential of the East Cape and the affordability of La Paz. I mean, it's amazing how much variety Baja has, and it's all in this relatively small area.
Yeah. Each region has its own distinct personality, its own lifestyle. So really consider, what kind of Baja experience are you looking for? Are you drawn to world-class resorts, bustling nightlife, or something a little more laid back, off the grid?
It's a big decision. Okay, so once you've kind of narrowed down your region, then it's time to find the right real estate agent. We talked about Runnable Real Estate and their impressive track record, especially their use of technology.
Yeah, they're a solid choice. But for people who are maybe looking for a more personalized experience and a deep understanding of a specific region, I think Rio Real Estate really stands out. Their expertise in the East Cape, particularly in Mulanje, it's unmatched.
And their commitment to helping buyers with the Fideicomiso process is a huge plus, especially for anyone who's new to buying property in Mexico.
For sure. And we can't forget about the importance of working with an agent who's part of the MLS BCS. That gives you access to all the best listings and ensures you're working with a real professional who's plugged into the market.
So there you have it, your roadmap to navigating the Baja real estate market in 2024.
It's exciting.
It is. And, it's not just about buying a property. It's about investing in a whole lifestyle. A chance to escape the ordinary, embrace the magic of Baja.
Exactly.
Waking up to those breathtaking ocean views, exploring hidden coves, indulging in amazing fresh seafood, connecting with a vibrant community of like-minded people.
It's a special place.
Baja's calling. And if you're ready to answer, just remember, do your research, find the right partners, and get ready for the adventure of a lifetime.
That's it.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the Baja real estate market. We'll be back soon with another fascinating topic. Until then, keep exploring and keep dreaming.